Yeah, so welcome to today's class. So we're talking about, I'm going to explain continuation for we stopped the last time and the doc type, everything you see on this interface. Now, if you look at this code very well, you can see the line one will have a document exclamation doc type.html. What we're trying to tell the browser is doc type, which means for document type, is HTML because there are so many files that can be rendered on the web page. Now, if you look at it very well, HTML is one of those document type that can be run on the interface. Then you look at this line 18. We're talking about the H1. The H1 stands for header. If you look at it when you're typing, if you're using word processor, MS Word in particular, you're typing a topic, you have to have an heading, and heading has different emphasis. The bigger the heading, the bigger the emphasis, and the smaller the size, the smaller the emphasis. So if you look at this very well, the H1, when we run our program, it was a little bit bigger. So H1 has H1 to H6. And remember we talked about elements or tags. If you can runs or defines how the browser is displayed. So you can see I just showed you guys how the H1 or this code runs and displays on our system. If you want to display it or run it, you look at the green button at the top right corner of your screen. That is the button you press to run it. So let me just show you what H1 does and H2 down to H6. Now, one thing I want you to have in mind is H1 is bigger and H6 is smaller. So the equation is, the smaller the size, the bigger the number, the smaller the size. If you look at it, 1 is the smallest number. If you start counting from 1 to 10, and 6 is a little bit bigger, so you expect the front to be bigger, but in reverse is the case. 6 is the smaller word. So let me just try and type the same thing out here. Just write H2. So write H2 now, close and go back ahead. And remember, the / means this is a closing tag. Now, let me just run it on my browser. I'm running on my browser so that you see. So you can see this is my header. 2 is a little bit smaller than the first one, which is H1. This is my header. 2 is H2. Now, if you can guess, H3 will be smaller than H2. So that is how it rolls. But let me just show you guys to clear all benefit of doubt so that you get to understand these things into details. And if you observe, my name is David is a paragraph, and the front is a little bit not as bold or as darkened as this H1 and H2, because while it's just a single paragraph, it's a normal text. Just when you write your paragraph or you write a paragraph on your notebook or writing or MX Word or whichever platform you write with. So let me just do the same thing from H3, H4 and H6. What I will need to do is just to copy it. For you to copy this, you need to press down on your screen. Then when you press down, you see this icon. You can see this. The scissors means if you want to cut that thing out of that place. While the next one is to paste it. The third one is to copy. So I will just copy it, come down, paste it here. Then I will change it to H3. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. We have a course going currently, and these are tutorials how to learn web development with your Android phone. I discover a lot of people who have interest in learning these things. First of all, they don't have a system, or they don't have a good system. And the way I started learning with my Android phone like 8 years ago, before I landed my first laptop and so on and so forth. So I believe it's not really the best way to practice, but you can do this, and from here you can start your career in web development or as a programmer till you can get a laptop. So let me just continue. You can see I have my H3, sorry, it's supposed to be H4 because I already have H3 in line 20. Yeah, so that is the H4. I'm going to do, sorry, this is H5, not H4. I made mistake again. Let me just do, okay, let me just change this H5. Change this to H6, then H6. I'm just going to delete the last one so that I will not duplicate things. So yeah, okay, so let me run it on my browser. You click on the green icon by the right corner of your screen. Yep, so you can see the way the sizes has been shrinking from H1 down to H6. So the smaller the number, the bigger the size, the bigger the number, the smaller the size. So that's just the concept you need to have to understand H1, how heading works. So without not wasting much time, we'll be looking at let me see. So if you can observe very well, okay, I think I've explained all this, so let me move to the next. So let me show you guys how to create a link. Yeah, so creating a link is not really as difficult as we think. It's more about, if you go to some website, you will discover they have a link on that site, and that link will actually take you to another site. Let's assume you want to go to a site and they'll tell you to read more. As soon as you click on the read more button, it will take you to probably google.com or any other site they want you to go to, or even another page. That is a link. That's the function of a link. We use it to link things together. You can use it to link pictures, pages, images, text, and so many things. But I'm just going to show you a practical example of how it works. So let's go into it. So now if you are typing a link, all you need to do is you need to write the anchor tag, which is this, which is A, sorry. Okay, then you have to write the href. Href means where the location of where you are redirecting to. Let's assume I want to redirect to google.com. So you type the href, the equals to, and the double quotes repeatedly twice. Then in between the double quotes, you write where you want to refer the person to after clicking on the link. Let's assume you want to refer them to google.com. All you need to do is to write the Google website or the google.com website. Then automatically when they click it, it will revert them to that place. Now let me just go to my browser and copy the link. Oh, let me just leave that. Let me go back to let me just type it manually. So we'll click on okay, just follow, type what I type. Make sure you are coding these things, make sure you are following suit, make sure you have the same result I'm having. If you have any issues, you're not getting it, just leave a comment below. I will do justice to it. I'll make sure I attend to it. Now as soon as you are through, after the angle bracket, we need to write a text that will redirect the person's, like, to serve as a description. So what I will do now, I think I will write read more. Let me write read more dot. That's what I'm going to write here. So as soon as you write this, it will display as the details. Remember, this code we're writing, the google.com, will not display. So then the next thing we need to do is to close our link, which is the A. Now we're done with that. So all we need to do is to test it. You can see the read more is showing, the google.com is not showing. Why? Because it's a link. Now currently my internet is bad, so I'm going to click on this. It's not coming up because my internet is really bad, and if you expected it's supposed to come up on your phone if you're following suit. My internet is very bad right now, so at the cost of recording this video. So all you need to do is just click on that read more. Now you can see it's telling me page error, check your internet connection and all that. So just it will get you to google.com. So that is how you create a link. So I believe you understand this. If you don't understand, please just leave a comment below. I will do justice to that. If you're on the class already, you can leave comments on the Telegram channel where we have our classes, on the WhatsApp platform. Now I want to let me show you guys how to use an image in our website. I want to do I don't want to create it once. So before doing that, let me just create a file I'll show you guys how to link a what's it called, a page to a page. So all you need to do is I created a new page called link. If you can see what I just did just now, then what I did was, let me just try and give it a title H1. I am a link, so that when we come to that page, we'll know that this page is different from the other one. Then you need to close the H1 as well. So okay, yeah, so that's it. Now what I want to do now is let me write a paragraph. You just clicked a link. Then I'll close the paragraph. Remember always to close your tag. When you open a tag, you have to close it, except if it's a self-closing tag. Now what I'll need to do is we'll just go back to the index.html. Now I want to create a link that will take us to a page within our website. Remember, this whole thing is hosted on our phone, so we're not going to a foreign website on the internet. So all we need to do is to call the name of the file, which is link.html. So if you remember, we just created the file just now. Then all I need to do is to write a description that will display for the person to click on. You can see, look at it, link and index, they are in the same line, the same folder, which is day one. So what I will need to do now is to write a text that will display for the users to click on. Without the text, the link will not display because there's nothing there. This one, the code we're writing, the link href, is for us to see as a programmer, not for the users. So you click on click me, so you can see the click me is there. So when I click on click me, automatically take me to the site we created, which is link. So you can see that is how to link a page to a page. Let's assume you want to click on another page. You can see that if you browse the internet a lot, you will see it. You will see it on different sites. They do that a lot. But these are just an overview of some of these stuff. I'm going to go into depth on these things, how they works, how to edit and implement with them. So I'm going to show you that. So without not wasting much time, I'll show you guys how to create an image. Now the tag for an image is img. Mind you, you don't need to know all the codes in your head. All you need to know is what each tags do, what are their functions. Sometimes you might not get it well. You just go to the internet, how to link an image, you just see the img. As soon as you see the img, you know what to do. You because you know what the IMG, how to use it, how to format it, how to style it, and how to do all that. But we're going to cover all those things in this video. Now the next thing we need to type is our SRC, which stands for location, the location of our image. Now we currently don't have any image on our folder that we created, so we're going to do that after this. So what we need to do is, I would advise you to use if you have File Explorer on your phone, you do that. If you have File Explorer, you can just use your default file manager. So what I want to do now is to create a folder. I want all my picture to be in one folder. I'm going to call it source. Then I'll create it. Now if you can see, there's a folder at the top after the index file.html. So if we go to this folder, this day one folder on our phone, we'll find where it is. So let me just show you how to get the file. So I'll go to my phone. Let me use the traditional File Explorer first. So I'm going to use one of these pictures on my phone. File Explorer. Okay, so this is File Explorer. This is Explorer, and this is the app I recommend you use. I'm going to leave a link of it to the description of this video. So let me just use the default file manager. Sometimes it doesn't work well because you need to copy the folder. Where the folder is on the Android folder of your phone, and you need permissions to do that, to copy things or move things into those folders. Now you come down to, let me just go to Android. Then I'll click on data. I will come down to the down part of it. Let me change it to list. Then I'll choose, you will see something like io.spec. So that's the folder of the application. Then you click on it, you click on file, you click on day one. Look at the file folder we created, day one. So click on it, then you can see the source folder there. You click on the source folder. So this is where it is now. So let me go back to my pictures. Let me look for a picture to copy to that folder, so you know where the folder is. Let me copy. So you can see I can't copy. Let me try to copy to Android. You can see data is not there. We only have media. Why? Because of that is the file. That is the folder to files of applications you have on your phone. So we can't use the traditional text edit file manager. So what we need to do now is we need to go to, let me use the File Explorer method. So you guys can just let me try this one if it's going to work as well, because I have two default tab. You can see I can't copy this file. Can't copy these files. So what I will need to do now is let me see. Let me click on image. Click on this. Click on this. You can see I can't copy down to the folder. So we're going to use the File Explorer method, which is the most preferable for me, and it works faster. If you know how to use the app, it's a very great app. I'm not trying to promote the app. I've not been paid to promote the app. So you click on my File Explorer. I'm going to leave a link to it, or you just go to your Play Store and type Explorer. You will see it. Install it. It's free. So now the way it works is you can switch between two sites. It's as if you're opening your phone in two different folders. The phone icon you're seeing at the top right corner, you can use it to switch to the other side. Now let's assume you want to copy something from one folder to another folder. On one side, you open a folder where you're copying to. At the other side, you open a folder where you're copying from. So what I want to do is now, it's asking me to give a permission to open that folder. So I'll just go to my phone, click on Android, then give permission, click. So that's it. I'll go back, allow, click on allow, then I'll go back to my Explorer. So you can see the file is down, that can have access to it. So I'll go to my spec. You can see it's even showing us pictures of those applications. When we did that on our phone, it was not showing us the pictures of those applications we're trying to use. So you click on the spec folder. Now if you see on the spec folder, we have day one. Another day one, we have source. So the source is what we are copying to. We're copying to the source folder. So all we need to do now is we'll copy from the other side to this folder. So make sure this yellow something is showing on the source folder. It means you have selected the source folder. It's highlighted already. If you have that, when you copy it, you come straight to that folder. So all we need to do now is to click on we'll click on the what's it called we'll click on the other side, then we'll go to where we'll copy the picture from. It can be anywhere on your phone, but this is where you're copying to. You're copying to the source folder at all costs. So now you can see I'll just choose this picture and I'll go back to my code. You can see the folder is there now. So you can see folder is there and we have what we need. So now all I need to do is to rename the picture to test, because it's currently not working fine for me. So I'm going to name it to test, then come down to this place, then try to put the name of the file as test, because the name of the picture actually wasn't nice and something to remember, and I don't want to waste my time copying those, renaming those files. I just have to rename them straight to what I can remember. Always do that. Make sure you rename your picture to something you can remember. So it's not working for some reasons. So let me just include the folder, because I've added a folder there. So I'm going to click the forward slash source. It means we are going into the source folder. So text.jpg. Okay, I think that is it. Okay, I made mistake. Let me just type it manually. Forward slash source. Make sure you're not making mistakes.
you